Have you done any podcasts before?
Only podcast I've done was like my dad's podcast, and it was with like the Rubber Bones team. So basically, like his own stuff. So
That's
that's like
fucking cool.
only experience I have with it.
Dude, what a
It was
family you're
cool
like growing in.
yeah.
That is super cool. So we're now live here. We're live on YouTube. Sup, Pat? How you doing, man?
Amazing. How you doing?
I love that answer. Amazing. Not just good, but amazing. Uh, so, how have you been with the quarantine? Has that been affecting your training at all? I've been seeing on Instagram you guys have been doing like your own thing.
So quant started in March, and ever since then we haven't stopped training.
Yeah, in some ways it could probably be even like a good thing.
Yeah, my game like progressed like through the roof. Everyone's game like that we trained with has gotten so much better. Like we started in March, and now it's October. Our games are like on top. Like Dylan's winning, like beating brown and black belts. My dad's getting invited to like top level like tournaments. Everything's just like since quarantine.
I was seeing that. I was seeing Dylan like I know he's a blue belt, right?
Yeah,
And he's going
he
after people
yeah,
in the nogi.
he went with Emilio Martinez black belt. He went whole match 12 minutes. Amazing. He got good potential in ADCC.
That's incredible. Is
Yeah.
that something? Did you as a good regular training partner? Did you see him start to boom up more during like the
Oh yeah.
quarantine training?
With him before when I started 10th Planet like a couple of years ago, we used to like go what's it called like no taps at each other. Now he's just like dominating me. He used to be like decently good and would be like the same level.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's like through the roof.
That's how interesting. What do you
And now
think
he's
helped him like escalate that?
probably like training a lot. Now he's like lifting now, so he's getting like more strength. And just he's like we've been drilling a lot with our instructors and just like learning more, like watching DVDs.
So probably taking it more seriously.
Yeah.
Definitely. As a strength coach, I love to see the lifting have an impact where you like, I'm sure you probably feel a
Yeah.
difference when you roll with him, how much stronger he is versus when you
Yeah.
started. So, what was it like for you getting started? Because I know like your dad's into it, you're doing 10th Planet. What was that? What was like, what got you started, especially at such a young age?
I'm pretty sure I started before him. I was doing like soccer and basketball, and I just wanted to get like a martial art in. I just liked fighting like in general, like siblings and everything, and like with family. I like punching stuff. So then I started at American Top Team in Flushing, Queens, and I went there for like 3 years, and then they recently closed down. Then I went to Ultimate MMA in Whitestone, that now is a Henzo Gracie, and then we moved to Long Island, and we went to Red Dragon for a while, and then they closed down, and now we're at 10th Planet, and so far 10th Planet has been like the best to us. Like my game is ever since I went to 10th Planet, it's been like so good.
That's sick. So you must have started at pretty young age. Like,
Started at I'm pretty sure 7 or 8.
wow, man.
My dad started like
When did he get started? He started after you started.
yeah, I've been training a little bit longer than him just because like he has when I started he got a rib injury, and I just kept training after that. So he was out for a while, and then like we just kept training with each other like constantly, and then I started the adults class at like 9 or 10, and ever since then just
Damn, man.
went adults.
A ribbon. Is that a tattoo?
Huh?
He had a tattoo?
Oh no, a rib injury.
Oh,
It
a
popped.
rib injury.
Yeah, he popped his rib.
Oh, that's a shame.
Both
That's
of them.
up. What was he
The,
training prior to that? Because he looks like he's quite experienced.
yeah, he was doing like boxing drills with like I don't even know where, like Whitestone, like constantly MMA, and then like he saw jiu-jitsu by a friend, and then he started. He originally wanted to lose weight because he used to be like really heavy. So then he like saw the progress, and he really liked it, so he kept with it. Now he's here.
That's super interesting. So he, if
Yeah.
he started after you, that means he's must have gotten pretty good pretty quick. Because I
Oh yeah.
know, I think he's like a purple belt. And he's obviously doing like all these super fights and
Yeah.
tournaments.
He's ever since we went to 10th Planet, like our games like is so good now. Like even with competing and like drilling and like us knowing like, oh, our games are gonna work against these people. if you do it correctly and are drilling a lot.
Yeah,
His game progressed like a lot.
seems like you guys are doing it intelligently, which is I think
Yeah,
smart. Where you're actually like, wait, go ahead.
We've been me, Dylan, my dad just like, used to like drop on legs like constantly, like not even try to pass. But like now that Dylan and my dad are like learning to pass and like upper body submissions, it's like their legs game like, oh, if this like pass doesn't work, I got this leg lock that I know like I have good like technique with it.
Oh, that's so awesome to hear. So I kind of got. So did you guys get kind of started with leg locks almost right away when you were first
Yeah,
training?
my dad's first like technique slash submission was ashigarami, and then loved it since then.
It's my favorite, man. That's sick. I kind of started in the same type of way where it came to leg locks. I was training in an MMA gym, and we were training for a bit, and I was kind of just doing like whatever kickboxing, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of jujitsu, not really taking it too seriously. And then one day I just saw this guy. It was Rob Deagle at the gym, and he just started like heel hooking everybody, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like he's literally just tapping everybody. And then I remember I would roll with him, and he would like leg lock me 6 times in a row. And I was like, Jesus, dude, like you got to show me this. And he invited me into privates, and I just started doing like more leg locks. And it's kind of like how you're saying, like now as I'm getting a little bit more experienced, it's like you have those leg locks in your arsenal, but you don't have to 100% rely on it.
Yeah,
And I think that can be important to like have that chain of attacks going on with everything. It also seems a little bit more fun too. Like you can be more
yeah.
diverse. Like if someone pulls guard on you, you could be like, all right, I can bang. I can still like hang here.
It's like you can go like from like back to legs or like arm bar to legs or like legs to like a back take. It like adds up a lot.
So
Like leg lock.
what's your favorite move and favorite position that you like to get into?
Probably K guard and like I think my like easiest position I get taps with is like 50-50. I just love that position.
Nice.
Like I know everyone's like, oh, watch for your legs and like it's either like it's in my opinion, I don't think it's 50-50. It's like someone has a higher percentage to beat them than the other person. Or if
Uh,
someone's better than the other or like worse than the other.
Yeah, it's like the position itself can be 50-50, but there are some people that just take so much time and study into that game in particular,
Yeah.
that 50-50 position. And it's like,
Like like his game is amazing too.
yeah.
That's where I like my game from. Just Lachlan, just watching his like ADCC runs is like it's amazing.
So do you watch matches and study those matches?
Yeah, I take notes about like Lachlan. My games are mostly based on like the meows, like their guard, and Lachlan's leg locks attacks, like K guard from like not like letting his guard get past and like get a leg entry from there and counters.
That's fun, man. That's fun. So I know you guys host Sogi?
My dad hosts Sogi. I'm thinking of doing my own tournament coming up in like January-ish, maybe like in 2021.
Well, if you need any 170s, I'm in.
Definitely.
I really actually want to get into doing super fights. I have my first intermediate tournament coming up this weekend. I moved from New York to Myrtle Beach, and I'm flying back up, seeing some of the jiu-jitsu homies. We're gonna go compete. And as I've developed more, I definitely want to do more competitions and more super fights. So that would be very cool to get on. But
Yeah.
with your dad starting Sogi, it looks he's doing pretty cool. Like he's doing pretty cool stuff. Like I saw he's
Oh
getting a
yeah,
lot
he's
of
got
engagement.
the next tournament's gonna be big. A lot of big people coming up.
He
And we
had
got a
big
lot of
people.
yeah, Jason Rao, Matt Secor, Steve
Yeah,
Casson.
dude, Rao's a fucking beast, man.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't believe what he was doing on that card. I was like,
he ran.
he just ran through everybody. Pretty much got a free grand. It's so cool to see. I did a lot of training with him. I trained at Sarah's. Oh, I started training at Sarah's after I left the MMA gym, and I was just like so blown away. He was the one who first introduced me to like K guard, backside 50-50, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? That's what's so cool about jiu-jitsu. You just get like mind blown every once in a
Yeah,
while. Well, was there anything that really um, like stuck out to you recently that was kind of like a big game changer for you?
Probably like the outside Senkaku from Lachlan. Like I've been
Mm,
a lot. Like if I get in the right position, like they can't do anything from there. And like if you get the right technique and get the heel exposure, like their knees like gone, and like you have them secure the hips down and like their knees in place. It's a really good position to hold them in.
yeah. I recently learned that over the quarantine, and I just can't believe how of a dominating position it is. If
Yeah.
you can go from that 50-50 to there, man, good luck to that other guy. I can't tell you how many times I've been heel hooked by freaking Rob doing that stuff to me.
Oh yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. So you're like 10th Planet crew that you got going on with the quarantine. Are you guys doing like privates and hosting seminars and stuff too? I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah. So Orange, we're 10th Planet, but like the favela, that's like the quarantine spot, and me, Dylan, my dad are doing seminars, the leg lock extravaganza. So we each do like our own technique that we do, and we hit it in tournaments so they know it's like real and it's not like fake technique. And yeah, me and my dad are doing privates too. We always post them on our Instagram constantly to get like big view on them. People see them a lot.
That's awesome. And that's great that you have the techniques that you've used in competition.
Yeah.
That's really important. I don't think a lot of people really pay attention to that.
Yeah. Some people like think like, oh, is this real? Like, have you hit this? Like, we have like proof and like technique that it works. Like, it works in tournament during rolls. So like we work on this stuff constantly, so we know it's like true, real stuff, and we're not giving them like crappy technique.
Yeah, man. I think some people can get really wrapped up in like, look at this fancy technique, and then they post it on Instagram. It can get like a share or whatever, and then
Yeah.
that's what gets excitement, because people got to, I understand people got to make a living. People got to get some clout, more
Yeah.
views, more views, more money. But it's cool to see that you guys are doing it from more of like a legit base. So my boy Umer's with you guys.
Yeah, Umar, he's been coming to the morning classes.
That's so dope. Is he training at 10th Planet?
No, he's just been coming to the favela at all.
Okay. You guys are doing like are you doing like privates with him too?
We've done it in the past, and then he's just been coming for rolling.
That's sick. He was somebody very responsible for making me have to defend ankle locks. I don't know if you've experienced his ankle lock.
He has good straight ankles and like top pressure in the wrist locks,
His
but
wrist locks. He's a sneaky guy.
he gets them from where he'll try to get it from mount like the back. It's fun. Fun to roll with him.
While he's mounted, he'll start like
Yeah.
going for your wrists. Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to always do that to me. He would like get me with the ankle lock a lot, and I would be up at night like stressed about it. I'd be like, why?
I think it's like any heel hook, just like being calm and not like fear tapping, and just like be calm in that position and like relax yourself and like get out easily and like slip slowly. Just like be calm. That's how I like am with it, like calmness and like relaxed.
Yeah, I agree. I think being calm actually makes the jujitsu better. It makes more of like you have more of a flow state going on.
Yeah, just in tournaments too. I'm like just try to relax and calm, and like I usually play off my back. That's like my best game right there.
Yeah,
Just like relax and like.
Saw the guard pull you did on Sogi, and then I think your friend was like making it. I think were you like going against somebody you knew, and they made like a slip and fall type of.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
That actually made me like die of laughter because I just thought it was so funny. You just sat and he just slipped.
I thought he slipped or something, and I was like it startled me. It was funny.
Yo, it looked like it hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, said his hip was hurting after. Fight like 5 matches after that.
I like seeing that because I don't like going with people that are very like super duper serious because it makes me I feel like there's like a lot of pressure. I like when you have a good roll with somebody who just has like a sense of humor. That's always the best.
Slow roll. You guys are laughing and like just having a good time. It's not like 80 cc rounds like you're smacking each other and like trying your best all sweaty and like pushing him around, like have a flow roll and like fun and stuff, and like just have fun during jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I think especially for us, if we're like more, I mean, we're not like super advanced. I think maybe when you get to that advanced level, maybe you can like turn it up a little bit. But I think for now, like our
Yeah,
development, I think it's important to just like learn from our mistakes and have a good time with it. So that way we want to stay consistent. So you're 16, and I see you doing a lot of cool stuff, man. Like I saw you just posted about like a rash guard that you like got in. Are you
oh
trying to
yeah,
like
retro
grant?
works. I'm gonna be using that rash guard for the Edgar tournament. I'm doing a 3-man 3v3 tournament.
Oh, interesting. So tell me
Yeah,
about your tournament and what are you doing to prepare for it?
for the tap tournament or the egg guard.
Tell me about both. Love to hear it.
Egg guard, it's a 3-man tournament, like a quintet, but with 3 people. So I got me, Jason Emmerich, and Justin Flynn. We've been like training constantly, like working. There's no heel hooks there, like only like so like that's like chop it off my game. There's no heel hooks, but we feel pretty confident. I think there's only one team there that I've only seen, Web Fitness. I think that's under Kevin Danzler.
Okay.
But we've been training like constantly, like offensive and defensive, like working your guard and like passing and leg locks, like counters and everything.
Yeah. It seems like you guys put a lot of time into training.
Yeah, especially like before competition, like a couple weeks out, like the month out, we just like grind until then.
And it looks like you guys have a very dedicated crew.
Yes, everyone comes like constantly. Our recent favela open mat, we had like 22 people come, and that's like our
Wow.
in like 11 by 11 room. It was crazy.
Dude, that's like kind of beautiful in a way. Where it's like,
Yeah,
because you guys, I think, especially with like you guys and Sogi, you guys are like starting something. Like you guys are like entrepreneurs, like trying to start your own brand. And to see like people are actively really showing up. What do you think really helped that?
I think just like knowing like everyone, like just seeing people there and like having a good time, like they like that, and just seeing us there and like rolling with them and like teaching them, like showing them like how to do this and like fixing their game up. They just want to do that constantly. And like I have a bunch of people I've talked to from the favela. Like one of my students, Jeff Wise, he used to like come like once a week. Now he's coming like twice a day, just like rolling constantly. And he's like,
Don't you love to see it?
he tells me like, oh, I love this. Like I want to do this like for my life.
Yeah, man. I know that feeling. When you, especially when you find somebody that actually cares, like from the
Yeah,
perspective of like when you, I'm sure you have had that experience when you went to like 10th Planet. Like you've probably found that they really like they cared about you. That's probably
yeah.
why you got a
So
lot better.
they're genuinely like really nice. Like even out of jiu-jitsu, they're like such good people.
Yeah, they seem very friendly. They seem very
Yeah,
friendly, and they seem like they actually want to help you, and they seem very passionate too
yeah.
about what they do, and that probably carries on to what you guys are doing. I think
Yeah,
even me, for
got
me,
that
like
like
what
we got that motivation just from like Steve, James, and Dan. It just helped us a lot.
that's actually a good topic to bring up. What is your motivation, and what are some of your goals that you want to do like more long term, if you have any?
Probably one of my goals is like eventually like get out of school, either like do 18 months at entrepreneurship in college, then like train 24/7, or like do some online school instead of virtual, like do online school for a couple hours and like train constantly and like grind for ADCC.
Yo, I think that's what's awesome about like the internet now, especially now with like the social media and stuff, depending on the viewpoint of it, right? Like you have some people that are just like addicted and they just become scrollers and consumers. But then you have other people that
Yeah,
can like create an opportunity for themselves. I see you doing stuff with
like
like, wait, go
like
ahead.
Ty Rotula and like other Rotula, like they won ADC. I don't think they won ADC trials, but they lost to Nicky Ryan, one of like Gordon Ryan's his brother. But
Yeah.
like that's crazy. He was 15, got like 4th place at ADCC,
Well,
knowing that, and then he got invited to the ADCC championships, or I think he won, and like he did great. I think he got 4th.
That's super dope. And he also one of them
Yeah.
did beat Nicky Ryan during a super fight recently, I believe, like a few months
Oh, yeah,
back.
I think it was Tyron when
Yeah.
he won by decision.
I mean, you can look at both of them, and obviously they're both really, really good, and they're both young.
Yeah.
They're both very young. I mean,
They're
Nicky
I,
Ryan was doing competitions at like 15, and he was like winning stuff. So there's
yeah.
really like an age, like the age doesn't matter. I think that's probably awesome for you to see.
Yeah. That's like I just want to like go against them eventually one day, especially like either Nikki or like the Rituals, and like we're sort of near the same age and they have a little bit more on me. But like saying like a couple of years and I like ACC and I go against them, I would love that opportunity too.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You seem very ambitious for your goals. I think that's like really important. What do you think helped you become ambitious?
Honestly, from like quarantine and training, like before like 2019 and 2018, I barely like used to train like some like at Red Dragon or like even before that, I barely trained. I didn't really like the sport that much. It was like getting me tired and sore and like not happy for me. But like during quarantine and going to 10th Planet, like just like the good vibes there and just like a lot of people like I like rolling with and like just having a good time, like going out to eat, like watching UFC. It just like bumped up like my level of like jiu-jitsu and like liking the sport even better. And like before not even knowing like people like Gordon Ryan or like Lachlan or the Meows and just watching how their game is and like how long they've been training for. Like I just want to be like them and I just kept doing it.
So it seems to me like the big thing was the environment and the people
Yeah,
around
the
you.
vibe is amazing. Like the vibes at like 10th Planet in here, so cool and like so great.
I think that's probably one of the most important things for really anything,
Yeah.
any type of
You don't want
eh,
like
I'm sure we all know what it's like to be around people that are very like negatively draining too. And when you find,
yeah.
especially like, I don't want to say all though. I don't want to say all jujitsu people, but there's definitely that sense of like community in jujitsu, and that can help you
Yeah, there's
become
like
more ambitious, more positive. Yeah. I know that for
yeah.
me, when I didn't really feel a lot of like passion for jujitsu when I was like at the MMA gym. And then when I moved over to Sarah's and it was more of like that Henzo Gracie lineage, which by the way, we got beef with you 10 plant. No, people, I'm just kidding. I don't really give a shit about all that. No, but when I was there, you definitely felt the sense of camaraderie. I think that that's something that's big in like 10th Planet, Henzo's, Atos, like just those like bigger chain gyms.
Yeah.
I think what really makes those like the top gyms is that sense of community at those gyms because you can't really find that anywhere else. So there was like all these
Yeah.
people like competing, higher level belts. There were people that were just like friendly, down to earth. And that's where I started to kind of fall in love with it. Now I'm kind of in like a slight dilemma where I've moved from New York, which is obviously one of the best places to do jujitsu. I moved over to Myrtle Beach and I like doing the jujitsu here. The people aren't bad, but I'm having a hard time finding people that are like really dedicated. Like I have like a gym in my house. I put mats down and I've been asking people to like, yo, like let's drill and like not to like toot my own horn, but when I'm there, like I'm leg locking everybody because in South Carolina, I don't think anybody really has that much thought
Yeah.
on leg locks. So I'm leg locking people. I'm doing more of like the modern jujitsu. I think they're more of like the self defense stuff, and I'm doing pretty good. And I've been training a while. Quarantine put a lot of focus and energy, kind of like how you were saying. I think maybe that sense of when you're isolated for a bit and you're not really doing anything, your like mind starts wandering. It's like, well, I might as well just do this, like jujitsu. It seems pretty productive, and then you kind of fall in love with it. But when I moved over, I was like asking people if they want to drill, if they want to train, and you hear those people that are like, yeah, like I'll be there, and then no one shows up. And I'm just like, is it me?
Yeah.
Is it me? Do I smell bad or something? Like, so a good question would be for you as you've gotten yourself like a little bit of community, obviously with like your dad, your 10th Planet friends. What would be some advice for people who maybe are having a hard time getting that sense of community, but they really love jujitsu? If you have
Just
advice.
like finding find a good group, like talk to them a lot, like off like jiu-jitsu, like just like hang with them, not like at their house or something, like go out to eat like with a group of people, like me, Dylan, my dad, and like a couple more people, just like train and like talk after and then hang or something, like go out to eat at like Miller's or Applebee's, just have a good time, talk about jiu-jitsu. If you find the like right people that like love jiu-jitsu too, like you, and like have a good vibe, you'll you'll like be like the perfect like match.
I think that's where the magic happens. That's where
Yeah.
it really like starts to stand out. Um, so tell me more about your business adventures. I'm really interested in that because especially at such a young age, you probably do not find many people at your age having that ambition as you do. Maybe you do, but I'd
Yeah.
love to hear.
Wait, what was the question?
If um, the people around you, especially you being at such a young age and having that ambition, like, did you ever find it hard to maybe like make friends at like your regular school and with people your own age, or do you find that there's still like people that have very similar goals to you?
I kept like my school friends and like my jiu-jitsu friends like separate, like uh like a heaven and like hell. Like I don't really like talk or like hang out with my school friends because I'm like I just want to train. Like they don't know nothing about jiu-jitsu. They don't know about like my jiu-jitsu life. Like I just want to keep jiu-jitsu like in my life and like keep that like as a side one, like half of it.
Yeah, you kind of like keep it a little bit organized too.
Yeah,
But
I didn't like they didn't really know about like my jiu-jitsu. They just thought it was like karate or something. So then like
mhm.
I was like that's done. Like I don't want like to talk to them about that anymore. Like they didn't really know. Like they don't have like the same mindset I do about jobs or anything. They don't know what they're gonna do in like their future in 10 years or something. So they just like thought it was like stupid, like doing drugs and going to parties. And I'm just here like training and rolling with a bunch of people,
Making
killers.
TikToks. They're all doing TikToks. Do you do TikTok jujitsu? Do you like to make
I
content
was
on there?
like, I might do it. Depends.
I feel like it's not like a very serious app. Like you'd have to make some really like stupid shit.
Yeah.
You'd have to make like
Like,
some like attention grabbing acorn brain stuff.
yeah.
So, what was the moment that you realized you could actually do jujitsu well?
Probably since quarantine, like all my competition like bumped up and like ever since I started like beating adults in competition, my game was actually working against them and they were having trouble. Like during even rolls too, like rolling with my father and then like other people, they were having a really hard time like going past my guard or like leg locks too. Like, and then I tried that in competition and it worked. I knew that my game progressed a lot, and then like it can get better if I do it even more and grind harder.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a big realization. Was there like was there a particular moment where you felt like, oh, I have a shot at this?
Probably rolling with some of the old 10th Planet like members or students, like they used to like dominate me all the time, just like smash through my guard and like tap the crap out of me, and then like we rolled once and then like couldn't pass my guard at all. Leg locked them like constantly, and then like I thought to myself like my game's working now. Like I'm progressing, like I'm growing, and like my jiu-jitsu game is getting better.
Especially at seeing it at such a fast pace, you're probably like, damn, like, let's
Yeah,
go. What was the best and the worst role that you've ever had in competition?
my best was probably hmm, probably the past recent Sogi. Even though like I lost, I think that was like my best like performance. Just like playing my game. Like I transitioned from I like passed the guard, back triangle to K guard, but couldn't finish the entry. But couldn't finish the submission. It was just all my game lined up and like it worked, but not to a submission. So now I know like, oh, I need to do this and like off balance him to get the leg exposure. So like like since then I've been grinding that in like my next tournament coming up October 24th, good fight. I'm just gonna like think of my game. I'm not like getting distracted at all. Like I'm just gonna go for the game plan, win, and and just
You
keep grinding.
saw the chain work, like your offensive game of like, okay, I'm gonna go here, then here, then here, and then you were able to
Yeah,
get there.
I know. Like,
Yeah.
oh, if I sit guard and like play K guard and they sit, then I got the back there or like an arm bar. And if I go to OT, like if I go to arm bar, break the arm and he starts getting up, I got a triangle, then I can like switch the back to arm bar. Like in my head, I got like different chains going on with legs and then upper body.
Yes, chaining the lower body and upper body together. That's super important. That's something I'm
Yeah,
recently seeing over the quarantine. And like, I was doing like some match commentaries, and I really see like the higher level guys. That's what they do. They like stress out their opponent going back and forth. It's really cool to
yeah.
watch. Now, what about your worst role? Is there ever been a role where you're just like, man, I'm fucking shit?
Probably like probably in the morning rolls, like back in like 2019 and like and Christmas we did like 5 a.m. rolls, and I was
Oof.
like I couldn't even like see, and it was freezing during Christmas, like in the mats, and the mats were cold, and like I just got like dominated, and especially if I don't get like enough sleep or like I'm up for school, like doing like schoolwork at night, and I'm like shot the next day, I feel like crap and like just getting my guard passed. But as soon as like I start getting warmed up and like moving a lot, I can get my game back together.
Yeah, being warm is definitely important. I could see definitely like the morning kind of being a struggle with the cold. It's amazing how just where your mind is at on a particular day can affect how good of a performance that you make.
Yeah, negative and like crappy, and like say like you ate like crap the night before, you're gonna feel like crap the next day, like your stomach's hurting. Like I don't want that the next day. I want to like get a good night's sleep and like eat healthy constantly.
Yeah, you have like that sense of heaviness when your stomach is full.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that feel. Do you have any type of particular routine that you like to do to prepare for like a competition or a training session, something that helps you like get into the mindset of rolling?
It's for me, I don't like getting warmed up at all. Like if since like quarantine, my competition like warm up was like almost use like to fall asleep before I get called up. Like I want to get in there like relaxed and like loose and like not like sweaty, but I don't get there loose, like relaxed and calm and like limp a little bit limp.
Yeah.
But then I watch some like ADCC highlights, mostly like the meows and like Lachlan like highlight reels, so I get like pumped up, but like still like calm and relaxed.
Yeah. You're kind of just getting like a little bit excited about jujitsu. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's a very interesting take because I always see two different types of people at competition. You have like the one guy who's like in the corner of the room sitting and just like maybe they're like meditating or they're taking a nap or like whatever they do. And then you have the other guy that has the headphones in and he's jumping up and down. He's probably
yeah.
listening to like some fucking Denzel Curry, something like that, getting amped up. I'm always more scared of the guy in the corner. That's the scary guy to me.
In my like head, like I'll go against anyone. Like I don't care. I want to verse like black belts and see how they do. Like if I like last even like 5 minutes with them, that's like a win for me. Like at least like I haven't competed against one yet, but eventually I want to fight against one.
Oh yeah, you definitely will too. For you, do you have like a particular belt color? Like, do they promote you, or is it been kind of like sporadic with the quarantine?
Quarantine. I mean, I got promoted to orange in like 2019 Christmas, but I would call myself like a white belt, maybe like close to blue.
Okay. Yeah, man, the belt system can be a little bit weird when it comes to nogi and it comes to like leg
Yeah,
locks and how different it is. Like I'm sure if like let's say Dylan puts the gi on and he goes against one of the black belts that he competed, it'd probably be like a whole different
yeah, whole different
feeling.
like game there, like grips and everything.
Yeah,
Especially
because
like close up to each other, just grab that lapel and like not let go. Especially if like someone has good grips and tight grips, you're not getting away from them. You're
I hate the gi. No gi is so much more fun.
yes,
But and it's super cool too to see like, yo, that guy is like a blue belt. He's been training for 3 years and he just tapped out that guy that's a black belt and he's been training for 10 years. Like you only see that in no gi, which is
yeah,
like which is cool. That's like fun. It kind of
Yeah.
makes a sport interesting. What do you think makes a good training partner?
Just having like a good time, but like not like getting distracted and like what's it called helping each other out is like the best part. Like if I'm having trouble with something, I know my partner could help me with that, and same with him. And just like both having the good same mindsets about jiu-jitsu. I don't want someone that's like lazy and like crappy and doesn't want like to do doesn't even want to be here and have to drill and roll with them. It's not worth it.
Yeah, you have to be around people that are passionate.
Yeah.
That's like fuel. There's other people that can be very draining.
Yeah, they get tired like first drill round and like then they're on their back not even like trying to fight while I'm like rolling with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've all experienced that. Or like the guy that rolls like 3 times and they're just like, and then they're like
Yeah.
off to the corner, like, yo, you want to partner up? And they're just like, oh, no. I love the people that are like, they're tired and you can clearly see it. And you look at them and then they look at you. You don't even have to say anything. You just
They just
know, you, you,
left.
you know you're about to go to war right then and there. Those are the most fun. Those are the most fun moments in training, man.
Yeah.
Those personal connections that you get from the people in jiu-jitsu, the passionate ones, not the trash
Yeah.
ones, not the cops. I don't like those. No, I'm just kidding. We have there's actually like they have like an adopt a cop program at the gym that I'm recently going to, and now you just see all these like older 45-year-old guys coming in trying to do jiu-jitsu, and it's kind of like adorable.
Like jiu-jitsu all over again.
Yeah, it's like, and it's just funny because like there's some of them that are just like really big, and I'm just like they just try to like when they're first starting out, they try to just like muscle them, and then you just like put a quick like leg lock or a quick triangle on them, and they're just like so mind blown.
It's not even all about strength. Like there was this one fight against Hoist, I think, and he fought this like huge, massive guy, and he beat him, and like you can go against someone like 300 pounds, and then you're like 155. And he was like Lachlan, for instance, against like Cayenne and Muhammad and Patrick. He like beat them with technique and heel hook technique and like destroyed their knees. And that right then and there, like like jiu-jitsu can work with technique and without strength.
Mm-hmm. And leg locks work.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful to see for us. Obviously, big leg lock fan. Heel hooks and happiness, they go together. Who are your top 3 favorite grapplers and why?
Probably both. Probably Paulo Meow, Lachlan, and probably Fionn Davies.
Oh, interesting. I don't know much about him. Why? What's the connection to each one of them? What like stands out to you?
Paulo, I like his guard game, just like on his back a lot, and like I don't think I haven't seen anyone pass his guard yet. At ADCC, Nicky Ryan and against Tyratulo, and like is like well, not like cockiness, but like with that knee bar with Tyratulo, he's just like straight face, like no pain, like I'm gonna win this until like I can't go anymore. Like I just love like that's like how I base my game on, like, oh, I have my guard retention here, and then like I know like I'm gonna win this. It's like war, not like war, but like I'm gonna go through this like round like not getting tapped or like defending myself.
Nice.
And I just like I love his like leg lock game. Even though he does like a little bit of gi, he's beating like real like huge guys like Hassim Frida, Cayenne, Muhammad Ali, and Patrick Guido, just like with leg lock techniques. And I based my game. He has like a good guard too, but Paul is like way more advanced than him. But like Paulo's guard with Lachlan's leg locks just add up really well.
That's a good, powerful pair.
Yeah.
Imagine having them both.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Like if Lachlan had if Paulo had Lachlan's leg locks, he'd probably destroy everyone.
Yeah, I would love to see Paulo go after the kill more. I think that's a big thing I like to see.
Not really, doesn't really like to go attack more. He's mostly on his back and like waiting for them to attack.
Yeah, holy shit, his hip flexibility is nuts. So he can bring his knee all the way to like his head. It's inspiring. And now, who is this third person? Yeah,
Fionn Davies. She's a woman competitor. I think she's like 155. She has her darts and like her not like darts, but like her passing game and her back triangles are like really like deadly. And I've been working back triangles a lot. And just like
Nice.
and like what's it called? At ADCC 2019, she just beat I think Bia Mesquite and like she's lost to her multiple times and then like I think she broke her arm too. And it was
Oh,
like a
so
big
she
moment.
lost to her and then came back.
Yeah, I think she broke her arm, the Bia Mesquite.
Oh
It was
shit.
just a big moment for Fiona. And she's like
And
like a nice, passionate like girl and happy for jiu-jitsu.
that's always good to see. And it's
Yeah.
cool too to see those type of individuals, especially like smaller, especially like female. You would think like, oh, you have all these like different personas and thoughts about what like a young girl should be, and they're just a fucking killer. Like they go after it too. It sounds to me like that's kind of like her attitude. Like she goes after the kill.
Yeah. Really like attractive and like she like goes after the kill.
Those are the most fun grapplers to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna ask you something. Forgot what it was. Complete brain dump, man. What do you got there in the back? You got like a bottle of wine next to your medals. You drinking?
Jameson bottle. Some pineapple painting.
Oh, okay. Damn, you drank the whole thing, man. You're only 16. You don't become an alcoholic. You're too young. You got too much. You got too much like ahead of you. You can't be getting drunk, man. Do you feel like you have more of a passion for competing or coaching?
Probably competing because then like I if I like coach someone and like say like I'm gonna like base it off my game and say that like a passer and like a choker, like that's not gonna add up well. Like if I tell them like, oh, drop for a leg, they're not gonna do that or something. Like
A
they're just gonna
choker?
like they do like go for chokes, like arm triangles, rear naked chokes. It's not gonna add up to like leg locks and like passing game.
What
So
do
I
you
prefer
mean?
like say like you have like a guard like you like pull a guard and like you're coaching a wrestler, they're not gonna know like,
Hmm.
oh, how to pull guard. They're not gonna have a good guard game if they're a wrestler and like go for a blast double to pass their guard.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "What? Pull
Yeah.
guard? Fuck that." I thought that was pretty cool how it's you and then there was that other guy that was like a wrestler and you guys are doing like a tag team type of private session with people.
Oh yeah, me and Justin, we've been doing privates like feet the floor. So like a single leg and sit down for heel hook for 50-50 and honey hole. So like that's the thing. If you go for like a takedown, but like they end up on their back with their legs up, then you got leg locks from there. So
Oh
like
yeah.
beat the floor. That's we've been doing that a lot. So he's working like my friend Justin. He's working single legs, double legs, so like guillotines, leg locks, and then I'm showing like when they get to the floor, you can like pass the guard or drop down for a leg, but mostly legs.
Of course, yeah. You gotta threaten it a little bit, You gotta keep them on their toes. I think that's what I like about I think I actually been really liking the combination between the guard passing and the leg locks. Like
Yeah.
if you're having trouble with one, how it transitions to the other really
Yeah.
well.
Another
It's a lot
like
of
from
fun.
you can go from like a single leg from there too. Like say like single
Yeah.
leg, you can like pick them up and like pass the guard from there.
Yeah, you could do that. You still have that one foot inside. So sometimes I know if they're really like trying to hide their heel or they're really booting for an ankle lock, you can kind of just take the 2 feet and just stand up and you already have that one foot
Yeah.
that's inside. I love doing that because I think you probably know this from like being a leg locker. If you've ever leg locked somebody like a few times and maybe you're still like getting to know them, they think that you're just all leg locks. But nah, son, I'm
Yeah.
dynamic.
If they start saying like they'll like start talking crap like all you do is leg locks. So then like when we slap and bump, I'll start like smashing through their guard and like
Yeah. You're like, all
uh,
right. Let's see what's up then. I'll do some guard passing here. The memes on leg locks are like leg lockers in general are pretty fucking funny. Like
oh
I saw the one, it was like of the Simpsons. It was like the guy who's like very like anti-sex and he's like in the corner and it was like leg lockers. And then you have like takedowns, and like the girl was stripping, and you have guard passing, and then like her like tits are out.
you see the one with Gordon Ryan and John. Like John has a whole paragraph of like the technique and like Gordon's like, drop for a leg lock. Just like,
yeah, you do all this work and then you just get leg locked. I remember
yeah,
that was the big thing that got me into leg locks. So it's just started, it was like a hole. Like you can really, if someone doesn't know leg locks, it's like they don't know how to have the guard retention. Like
yeah, like going back to Lachlan, like none of like the big Brazilians don't even know leg locks. They think of it as like a curse and they hate it. Like they get like really pissed off if like you leg lock them. So like, they didn't know anything. They just kept rolling. That's making it worse. And like they messed up their knee for like because of that.
you love to see the Craig Jones versus Vinny Malgares, I think it is, where
Yeah. Oh
Vinny
my.
is like, look, don't work. And he just gets torn.
Oh, his ankle was messed up and his straight face too, and no like reaction at all. And
Yeah,
it's like
he
fun.
was seriously hurt.
Yeah, Chael was like he didn't tap, but oh yeah, his ankle went 360 degrees to the left. It's crazy.
Yeah, and now he's probably going to be out for training for a
He
bit.
recently fought.
Oh, did he actually? How'd he do?
He fought last Sunday against Mason Fowler. He lost on EBI ride time.
Oh, yeah. Maybe his ankle
Yeah.
was hurting him. Yeah, there's some pain there. So as we start to conclude, there was actually, I just remembered my thing that I was going to talk about. There was one thing I want to really emphasize here, and maybe we can I can even make a clip out of this, is the relaxing part before training and before a competition. I think that that's really important. This is something that I've more so seen over the past few months. I used to be into powerlifting and bodybuilding. So with that, when you lift, it's you see, you got to put on the heavy metal, you got to get amped up,
Yeah.
and you got to go for the lift. And when I tried to transition that to jujitsu, it does not work.
Doesn't
Does
add up.
not at all. And I remember I started seeing Marcelo Garcia. Someone that stood out to me was he was taking naps before he trained. He would just wake up and he'd be like, oh, I'm gonna stretch. All right, let's go out there. And he would just go out onto the mats. And obviously he's a killer. So it's okay, well, that works out pretty well. So is there a particular type of things that you like to do to relax more? Is it maybe a pre-training ritual? Is there stuff that you do outside of training as well to kind of help you keep your mind more calm?
Probably if say from here and we're going to New Jersey or PA, on the way there I'll just put my playlist of music, a little bit of classical rock and chill. But as soon as we get there, my mind's in another zone. I'm not talking to anyone. I'll talk to my team and everything, but say I'm hour out and then I'm going up soon. I'll put my headphones in, I'll put a shirt over my eyes and just relax. Just go limp and just lay down, but don't sleep. Just have my headphones in, just relaxing music, and just wait until I call up, and when there I'm loosen everything, I'm ready, just fight.
That's super cool. That's interesting. I think a lot of people should adopt that mindset more. They
Yeah.
kind of feel more relaxed. Because I'm sure you've had the times where maybe you were a little bit hyped up and excited, and all of a sudden, your techniques just they don't hit the same way. You just can't hit it on
Yeah.
par.
You're amped up and listening to metal rock, and then you're ready to go out there and you're spazzy. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna mess yourself up. That's on you. That's not his fault. That's on you for being crazy and riled up.
Yeah. Is there anything that you do or recommend to people that maybe are trying to get themselves more calm? Maybe if you've experienced that with training partners or people that have done privates, or just advice in general?
Definitely sleep before you get to the venue, or say what's it called? Just relax. Try not to do any sporty stuff. Just chill. Don't run down the stairs or something. You don't want to get hurt right before competition. Just be careful in your mind stuff and block out not the haters, but block out things that are distracting you a lot.
Block out the haters.
Definitely during competition rolling, someone's talking, I'm blocking that out. I don't want to hear talking while I'm rolling. Music's good, but say someone's talking on Instagram or something, on the phone, I'm blocking that out. I'm just focusing on my game, legs, passing and everything.
Yeah, that's super important. And then one more thing too, outside of your regular jiu-jitsu training, is there anything that you do for nutrition, working out, or stretching? or like sleep?
I used to go to work out with my aunt to like LA Fitness, do some cardio work and like strength training. Like mostly like my legs are really strong and like I know like I have a decently good leg lock game. But like my chokes have been like I've been trying them out and they're just like I can't get the choke off. So like I've been working like bicep and tricep, mostly upper body. Like and I usually nap during the day. Like my probably like most meals like grilled chicken with rice or salad and like shrimp, just like the protein give it coming in. But out of jiu-jitsu, I probably all I do is jiu-jitsu out of that.
You're young now, so you can kind of do whatever. But I think as you seem like a very ambitious person, so it would be interesting to see as you get older if you really put a lot of focus into like extracurricular exercise, if that does affect. I personally think it does when it comes to like stretching and strength training, but it has to be done in a correct way. Like you see like the typical bodybuilding type of splits where you're trying to do like chest and arms and such. I think that could be good if you're trying to build muscle, but there's other type of exercise that you can do to just better condition yourself and strengthen yourself. And I know like when I moved, I didn't have as much strength training accessibility and I was only doing some strength training like once or twice a week. And I was going against people and I was like, what's happening? Like I feel like weak, like I was getting my grips and I felt like I was just like slipping. And then I got
Yeah.
some equipment and I started strength training again. All of a sudden, like I'm getting my 2-on-1s and I'm just like, oh, you're fucked, buddy. I'm feeling good here. My grip is feeling good. So it'd be interesting to see you get into that maybe one day. But um, is there anything that you would like to talk about as like a final note that you feel like is important for the people to hear?
Just don't quit. Like this is like if you're really dedicated in it, like just don't quit jiu-jitsu. You see like a bunch of people, young kids too, like Nikki and like the Rotulos. They're like making like they're like purple belts now and Nikki's a brown. Like they're competing on like a bunch of shows, fight to win, ADCC. Like you can be that person if you train more and be dedicated to it and grind. Just if you want to, if you're tired or sore, go and watch, go take notes, like do something related to jiu-jitsu. Like don't even think off jiu-jitsu.
I
Like
like
even
that one.
off, like go to like the session, like sit, like watch technique, like see how they roll and compare your game to that and like add that to your game.
Yeah, it's like even if you get injured or if you're just like in
Yeah.
pain or you just have stuff going on, at least
Or
showing
drill.
up to this, yeah, at least showing up to the session, drill, take mental notes, put mental energy into it,
Yeah.
keep thinking about it. Yeah, 100%, brother. Well, man, I got to bounce out of here. It's 11:11. Make a wish. I appreciate you coming on the White to Black Belt podcast. This is what I
Thank you, bro.
do to kind of like, yeah, man, no worries. I'm doing this podcast to kind of document my journey towards like grappling mastery, and it's cool to talk to other people in the sphere of it. I think that the more people get together and the more the community grows in like not a negative way, but in a very positive way, I think it's just better for everybody
Yeah.
overall. I really do. I think that if everybody like supports each other, everybody wins. Everybody gets better at it.
Yeah. If you
Um,
help each other, like you're helping like together, not like a solo person. Like you're gonna do it together and work together.
yeah, gotta stay with it. I like the flashing light. That was actually something I just realized. I don't know if you've had that the whole time.
Yeah, it's been.
That's stylish, man. You get the swag. Good stuff. All right, bro. I'm gonna bounce out of here. It was great talking to you. And if you ever need a 170er, no gi, maybe like blue belt level, I would love to be a part of that.
Definitely hit you up. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you. All right. Peace out, man. Have a great day.